Adam from Greensboro wants to know about thrift stores. What are your most memorable thrift store, flea market, or yard sale finds? About 3 years ago, I found the first 12 issues of Nintendo Power in a stack of Playboys at Smiley's Flea Market in Fletcher, North Carolina. Each magazine was only $1, so I ended up spending about $40, which to me
Yeah.
says if there were 12 issues of Nintendo Power in a stack of Playboys and he spent $40 on dollar magazines, your boy Adam picked up quite a lot of Playboys with his Nintendo Powers.
You gotta get a lot. Some of the pages are stuck together, so you gotta buy a lot of them.
Yeah, there's like a solvent you can get for that, I think. What's your big thrift store? Got any good come ups?
When I worked in a GameStop, it was kind of like working in a thrift store because people would trade in stuff. But we started taking DVDs, and a lot of DVDs weren't on the system if they were like weird boxes or like Christmas bumper editions or whatever. But we'd still take them, but they'd get scanned in at like a sort of question mark thing. I think it was like $1 or €1 rather. And it was like €5 if it was a pack. So my 50% discount or whatever it was, 30% discount on secondhand stuff still applied to that. So I just got shitloads of anime box sets that were scanned in, we didn't have on the system, and then I bought before they got sent back to headquarters to be given a proper thing. So yeah, that was fun. I got a lot of weird anime and weird box sets that way.
Nice.
Manager didn't care. Good times.
Yeah.
Speaking of Playboy, I bought my mother a metal lighter cover. I was probably 5 or 6, and I'm like, oh, Mom likes rabbits. And she smokes. Let me buy her this metal lighter cover. You can put your Bic lighter in there, but it had a jeweled Playboy bunny on it. And I'm like, here, Mom, happy Mother's Day.
I might be able to do
whatever it was.
I might be able to do one better. One of the brothers in my school, my secondary school I went to, it was a Lasallian brothers thing where they lived in the building, and they're some of them were teachers, lovely fellas, right? There's this one guy who came in one time. He was a bit of a head case as well, and he came in with a tie with the Playboy bunny on it. And we were like losing our fucking mind. It's like an all boys Catholic school, and we're like losing our fucking minds. And like, where'd you get that tie, brother? Where'd you pick it up with your magazines or any of this, right? And he kind of like, brushed it off, or whatever. And the next day he came in with the same tie, except he'd like markered in the bunny.
Oh, the only tie he had.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So it wasn't a statement or anything. I thought he would be wearing it loud and proud. But
yeah, I mean,
market it up. Huh?
He got it with his probably year subscription. I don't know what
Yeah, it's nice to get a free tie. I got like a like a 2 Live Crew tape. A friend of mine got a 2 Live Crew tape from the flea market that when I was 14 or something like that, was a real eye opener.
Oh yeah,
and that was cool. And then I bought my TurboGrafx at a flea market for like $50. That's probably the
nice.
They were still in production. It wasn't quite on the way out, but it was clear that it was not necessarily posing a market threat to the Genesis or the Super Nintendo. So, yeah, that's the one I always go back to. I haven't done a lot of like thrifting or just like going and looking for video games. Like the last couple of years, kind of before this last year, like we'd go into some Goodwills here and there, and I would look at games and then just go like, I don't need I don't need way more like PS2 games. Like I already have too many, arguably. So I just wasn't finding anything cool. It was always fun to go to Japan and buy used games there, but all those prices were fair. It wasn't like a situation where you're like, oh, I'm ripping them off. This is great. I'm getting 100 games, like you might find at a flea market or something like that.
I've mentioned that I've like the saga of like the Wii balance boards at my local Goodwill. But I went to a different thrift store, and there were like 3 more Wii balance boards just there. But this time they were packed in with like the Wii, was it Wii Sports or Wii Fitness.
We Fit, yeah.
Wii
We
Fit.
Fit, yeah.
The game there, and it was like, oh, this is a better deal over here. Sell them for $5 a pop. And I'm just wondering, like, man, are people buying these or just finally getting rid of them? I found once like a full complete set of like Rock Band drums with like guitars and everything.
Oh,
I was really tempted to pick those up. I was like, I shouldn't.
they're expensive these
Yeah.
days. I got one secondhand off eBay eventually. I had to get Alex to help me with the compatibility of which ones would work and all that, but they're kind of hard to come by.
I scored in a. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I scored in an espresso machine once. That was like worth a bunch. And I flipped that bad boy because it wouldn't fit on my kitchen counter. And then I bought a Chemex, which is like a coffee pour over thing, for like $2. They normally go for like 30 or 40 because the Goodwill thought it was a flower vase.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.